I started as a chartered accountant in 1997, training with PricewaterhouseCoopers, qualifying in 2000. I stayed for about another year afterwards and then went on to work as a kind of financial accountant for Colt Telecom. From there, I went to the Netherlands, became a financial controller for a large international firm, and afterwards stayed in the Netherlands and did a system implementation for TNT. And then I ended up back in the UK, decided to set up a practice. So this was probably about just over 4 years ago, starting in the bedroom and eventually moving to an office about 1.5 years later. And my turnover got to about 90,000 a year. This was made up of payroll, compliance work, consulting work, and bookkeeping as well. I think the reason I decided to sell was really that the whole thing just got way too much. It was very intense working on my own. I did have a couple of bookkeepers that worked for me, but ultimately the responsibility was on my shoulders. It's a lot of last-minute requests, which I always felt obliged to fulfil, working late in the evenings, earlies in the morning, weekends. There was always one emergency after another, usually with clients giving you information very late. So I just figured that there was more to life. I never really had enough time to actually spend the time into looking into other ventures, because actually it was just a full-on job. And so I just decided that actually I'd had enough. And then it was just trying to work out how to extract myself out of the business. To be honest, I actually was in the process of giving my clients away. I'd already given one client away, and I don't think I even really considered selling my clients. Because I hadn't been trading very long, and I had, a few very new clients that I'd not necessarily done any fee work for. I just didn't think that they were worth anything. But actually trying to give your clients away and do a handover or find a convenient time of the year when to say to your clients, actually, you now need to go and find another accountant, was really tough. So by chance, a letter arrived on my desk. I think a Draper Hinks had actually sent a mailer out. And I saw it on my desk and I thought, actually, maybe I'll just give her a call. And so I called Nicola, and Nicola was just like, don't give your clients away, you can actually get money for these. And so we chatted a bit. I was a little bit concerned because I thought actually it's going to be quite costly. And then she said to me, well, actually, you're not the one that pays. It's actually the purchaser that pays. And so I thought, well, I've actually got nothing to lose here. And it was great. It was absolutely fantastic. I mean, I wouldn't have even known where to start in trying to sell my business. It just took all the kind of admin and hassle out of trying to find, another firm that would be interested in purchasing my fees. Nicola came down for the meeting day, which was really useful. I wasn't quite sure what to expect on the day, the format of the meeting. And I think what was quite nice was to know that actually I wasn't just being interviewed, but actually I was interviewing them as well. It wasn't just about money at the end of the day. I needed to make sure that I was happy with the fit, so that I was choosing a practice who I felt my clients would like to be clients of. And so that was really useful. Nicola came with a lot of information about the potential buyers, including whether or not they had previously bought practices before, and also was there really to explain the process to both of us, not just me, but also to the potential buyers, give an indication of typically how much the fees would sell for, but also the format in the sense of, when indicative offers should be received by, when we wanted to complete by, and so really kept the meeting moving. So that was really, really helpful. I think once the offers came through, I think then it was a matter of making a decision. A couple of the offers wanted quite immediate responses, and I think Nicola was very good in that sense by saying that you don't need to rush into making a decision, and that I really needed to consider all aspects of the offers that had come through, and then I think when I had agreed who I was going to go with, she then spent the time actually going back to the others and explaining, that I had decided for whatever reasons not to go with them. And then from there on, it was really pushing the process through to completion. It didn't happen quite as quickly as I'd wanted, but that was purely because of summer holidays. But it was really just kind of, I suppose, checking up with both parties that things were moving towards a closure, and that we were kind of on track. I think the first meeting, actually even earlier, I think I contacted Nicola probably about 3 weeks before the first meeting. Meeting was set up in the middle of May and we completed on the last day of August. So, yeah, it was quick. Definitely sell. No, it's been a really good experience. I think I was really worried initially, like how I was actually going to be able to extract myself from the business. I just thought, oh my goodness, I've got myself into this situation where so many clients are dependent on me, and there's always deadlines coming up, and I just didn't even think how I could possibly start, moving on to other ventures. And Nicola came along, and gave me a solution, where actually I didn't really have to do very much. She sent all the mailers out. She contacted all the interested parties, brought them all together, and took it really straight through to kind of getting an offer letter, which was brilliant. And all the hassle, I didn't have any of it. So it meant that I could continue to focus on the business right up to the day of completion. There was a lot of extra work that needed to be done just to get it in a condition where I was able to hand it over. And so it was really nice that a lot of the administration, was taken away from me. Definitely. Yeah, I definitely recommend them. Really, really happy with the service. I'm just so glad that letter landed on my desk when it did.